And welcome back to Beauticians and Musicians with So Very Christy and Jen Johnson.
Hey, I can't wait till we have the Beautician and Musicians background so everybody can see. It's amazing.
We just did a test and it is really awesome. I couldn't hardly stand it.
I know. When you said Beauticians and Musicians, I was like, oh, they're going to love the background.
It's great. It's awesome. Rita Wortham, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rita Wortham.
Yeah, she's amazing. And we have an awesome guest today, is Aaron Jackson.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, he's one of my most favorite people in 2019. I'm serious. Hey, I met Aaron at the end of 2018, but he's one of my favorite people in 2019, and I know it's going to be that way for years to come.
Yeah, you're one of my favorite people too.
Hey, what about me?
You too, Christy.
Well, you're not chopped liver, girl. You know you're not
okay.
chopped liver.
I can handle it. Y'all go ahead and be favoritisms. Y'all play favorites over there.
Well, like Jen's always says, everybody meets for a reason, and
I believe that.
I met you through Jen
That's
for a reason.
And now he's on the show.
We're going skiing.
I know.
So
yes, the three of us.
Now,
we're
gonna
skiing,
and we got more.
Bam.
Yeah, exactly.
Bam. Wonder Trio. I was gonna say Wonder Twins. That's an old cartoon. In case
Wonder Twins. I've never heard of it.
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins.
Who doesn't know?
Hold on a second. I do think I've heard of something Activate, but I didn't know it was Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
Hey, people out there, y'all better check that fact.
Yeah.
I don't
Ziggy.
I don't think there was Wonder Twins. Check.
Ziggy's probably
Wonder Twins Power Activate.
See, but was it twins?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's why
whole
they're
point.
the Wonder Twins.
Did you just fact check that right now, Ziggy?
Hey, Ziggy's.
I didn't have to fact check that.
Okay,
I knew
sorry.
that off the top of my head.
I do remember
I've been
the
taking my brain
something
supplement.
Activate. Oh yeah, I love those brain supplements.
I've been taking my
Obviously, I need some more. I need some more brain supplements. I just don't think I ever watched that one.
I don't think I watched it much.
It was part of the
always...
Super Friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. I do remember the Super Friends.
Does that have
Friends.
anything to do with the Teletubbies?
No.
No, I think Teletubbies were way after.
I know. And then here's
Super
the thing:
Friends.
is what's the real story behind the Teletubbies? You know what I'm saying? Didn't you not hear how it was like? Oh well, there was some. Oh, I heard there was something deep supposed to be behind the Teletubbies, and it really wasn't what it appeared to be. You know.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't know
will
anything
say
about
that
that.
my kids loved Poe.
If anyone knows the real story, please let us know.
Please let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. This is the stuff we think about, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I want to remind everyone that last week I started a promotion, and I've already had a few people that have called me about it, and there it is. So read the flyer. Because
What does it say? What does it say?
It says book your color between now and February 14th and receive a complimentary makeup application. So it'll be fun, and we can do it, that day, or we can do it, soon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing, as I was going to say, I love that blue background, but that's the background of Beauticians and Musicians.
Kind of.
I think so.
I love blue. Blue's
I do
like,
too.
I've realized when someone says, "What's your favorite color?" and sometimes I would go, "I don't know." But really, I think it's blue now. I know. I love blue.
I love blue.
It's my
Blue
color.
is actually one of the most liked colors in the world.
It is.
Yeah.
And my mom has always said it is my color, and maybe I was just being resistant.
I don't know.
I have a little blue today
I don't
myself.
know.
So,
There you go.
There you go.
we go.
And there's so many shades
Aaron,
of blue.
you probably thought about that too when you were picking it out, saying, "Oh, blue. People like blue," because that is a fact.
It is a fact.
It's
It
a
is a
fact that people are attracted to the color blue. And you know what's really cool though is you think about the sky is blue, the ocean is blue, so you know that's got to have something to do with it.
Blue Bayou.
Subconsciously, I think we should talk in an accent because Aaron Aaron is channeling Napoleon Hill as well.
He is. He
I
hasn't
am.
tried the accent yet, but I'm dying.
no
I'm
accent.
dying to hear it. And it's an old world accent.
It's
It
old
just-
world.
It makes me happy, and I've been doing it with people, and I don't know if they love it as much as I do.
They
but
do. I know they do.
They have to because it's hysterical. Except I know that my mom doesn't like it. She told me.
Oh, she did? She said, "Stop
She's
doing
like,
that."
Christy, it's me. You don't have to do that accent. I'm
He's
like,
like-
but Mom. And she's like,
No,
really?
don't
I'm
do it.
serious. You're getting on my nerves. She didn't actually say that, but I knew I was.
But you know.
I know. I love my
I know.
mom. She's amazing. If you're watching, she's trying to learn how to get on here. And now that she's got Wi-Fi,
I know, that's
There you
awesome.
go.
That's a
Okay.
big deal. That's
I
a
know.
big deal in
That's huge.
Idabel.
That is a big
That's a big deal in
Yeah.
Idabel,
I
Oklahoma.
almost wanted to just like jump off a cliff if I was trying to do something important there. But now I don't have to.
Are you from Idabel, Oklahoma?
Yes.
She's
Okay.
from Idabel.
You know where that is?
I do. I've driven through.
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen the
Wow.
sign that says Idabel,
Yeah, I'm
Oklahoma.
actually from Garvin, which I know you. Well,
I've never,
know
I
Garvin.
don't think I've ever heard you say you're from Garvin.
really.
Yeah.
So
I'm serious. It's always
I
been
like to-
Idabel.
wait,
Idabel.
I like to bring up something once a year that you don't think you've ever heard me say.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think I know that.
And we're just silly. We have fun on this show, and things go directions. See, like I told you, you just never know. But we
That's
have
right.
a blast. That's the most important thing. And you know, Aaron is a father. He's a really great father to a 10-year-old little boy, Matthew, and we have the cutest picture
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, that was us.
Is that
We were at Echo Park
And they
in
both
LA.
have great smiles.
I know they do both have great smiles. I'm
So a
serious.
funny story about that picture. There was this duck that was circling the little paddle boat. It circled the boat the whole time we were there. And it kept coming out. He was like, "Why is this duck following us?" And then eventually it jumped up onto the boat.
No way.
And,
he was loving it, right?
well, no, he was terrified. He was about to jump off the boat, and I was like, "No, sit down. You can't jump off." And the guy told us that's never happened to anyone. Like that duck was like serious about us. It
I
was
know
crazy.
Hey,
That duck was, y'all had this great
He felt our energy. He felt
Yeah.
our energy.
And that
He
duck
did,
was like,
yeah.
hey, these are some cool people.
and they might have food. I don't know.
And they might have food. I think that's what he was thinking.
Maybe he was
yeah.
getting extra hungry and he was extra brave.
I don't know. I
But,
think it
yeah.
has to do something with the energy. I
does.
really do.
Yeah.
I think that, because animals, they feel energy. And so, it's probably just some really great energy because if it was bad energy, the duck would have left.
Right.
Listen, I don't know about these folks.
Yeah, bye. Bye. I love it.
But, so Aaron, back to you. We keep getting off track, but that's okay.
I know. I can't wait
But
to talk about
Aaron
Aaron's
has-
products.
Aaron's got these amazing new products, and I was telling everybody on Facebook earlier about them because there's a lot of beards out there, people, that need these products. And I know a lot of people with beards. I mean, and I start to see them more and more now that you have these products.
Yeah,
and
that's how it
Aaron's
works.
going to tell us how they work and everything later on. And, another thing I was saying is that, everybody's got a story. And Aaron has an incredible story and on his journey on this path of how to get where he is now with real estate and then now with creating this line of products.
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. Been very interesting, to say the least. Going all the way back, I'll start like with a wreck. I had a wreck when I was maybe like 20, 21 years old. And it was like a near-death experience. So I don't remember much. I don't remember the impact or anything like that. I just remember waking up. I don't know if I was in the freeway or on the shoulder of the freeway, but so I'm laying there and I try to get up and I can't get up. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird, And so I tried again, I try to get up and I think to myself, like, where are my shoes? Because I could feel wind on my feet.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to chill for a little bit. I'm going to try it again. And I feel like that's kind of when you're like dying, right? When you think like, I'm just going to take a nap. I'm going to just chill for a second.
Right.
And then you don't wake up.
Right.
Fortunately, the ambulance pulls up like immediately when I'm laying back. And so like they throw me on the stretcher. They're asking me all these questions like, what's your name? Where are you from? And I told them like, hey, my wallet's in my pocket. Just get my wallet.
Right.
And so they're like, okay. And then they, I guess, put me to sleep or whatever. And I wake up and I'm in Methodist Hospital and I'm trying to talk, but I can't. And I don't know why. But it's because I have 3 tubes down my throat. And that was a pretty scary experience right there.
Oh,
and,
no doubt.
So I shattered my femur. where your pelvis comes together came apart. My right lung collapsed and started filling with blood. And so like, I still have a scar like right here. And I could literally feel my top lip like down here. Right?
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, I feel very blessed just to even be able to walk, you know,
Right.
just to be able to do any of the things that I do these days. But I remember my uncle telling me, he was like, yeah, you know, he must have kept you here for a reason, you know. And looking on back on it, I guess he did. You know, I felt like, so prior to that, I felt like God was telling me to stop at that. That was the first time he told me to stop. So before that, like a day before that, I had bought like a pound of weed to sell. And I had just bought like this 85 Monte Carlo SS. It was like super fast. And I thought to myself, like, okay, now I need a gun. So I called my buddy up he sells guns. Oddly enough, I had a buddy who sold guns. So I call him up, I go over there. He's like, yeah, I don't have any guns today. You know, just come back tomorrow. So on the way home is when the wreck happened.
Oh my gosh.
And so I felt like that was the first time he was like, stop. You know, so, you know, I go to the hospital. I had probably like a 4-month recovery, you know, because I couldn't walk. I couldn't even really get up for a while. And so from there, I kind of go, you know, back into trying to get a job or whatever. But I got a felony when I was 18, forgot to mention. And so there wasn't a lot of opportunities for a young felon a young guy with a fresh felony. So I kind of go back into it, you know, or whatever. And so I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, well, you know, I need to move to where there's more density. So at this point, I moved downtown and kind of started doing my thing again. And I mean, it's, you know, going pretty good, I guess, if you can say that for that industry. And I mean, things were going okay for a while, but I knew it wasn't, you know, what I wanted to do.
Right.
So over time, I was able to finally say, okay, well, and actually Matthew started getting older. And that was the thing that made me like say, okay, I got to do
Right.
something different. And so I started looking into getting my real estate license, and I didn't think that I could, but I had a friend whose mom was a real estate teacher. You know, thanks Theta Red Wine, you know, for walking me through that process. But you know, she helped me to kind of say the right things to the board and things like that to be able to get licensed. And once that happened, you know, I kind of I was still doing it because I felt like I didn't know when money would come with real estate, right? And I never wanted to feel like if someone asked me for something, I didn't want to have to say I don't have it,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and so I would continue to do it as I was doing real estate, and then I started doing commercial real estate, and I was fortunate enough to meet like some really cool people in that space. You know, I'm good friends with Henry Miller III. Good friends with Steve Van Amberg, you know, CEO of KDC. One of their biggest deals they recently did was they built Toyota's headquarters out in Frisco.
Right.
And I was telling Christy beforehand, you know, he told me he worked on that deal for, the Raytheon deal he worked on for 15 years before they were able to build that deal,
Right.
build that, you know, space
Right.
for that company. And it made me think, you know, a buddy of mine, he used to always say, you know, sometimes it takes, you know, 5 to 10 years to become an overnight success,
Oh yeah, for sure.
you know, and that's just because people only see the
Well,
end.
that's exactly right.
Right.
You
I
know,
think-
that's the same thing with Herb Keller, you know, who started Southwest Airlines. From the time he first started talking about it, which was when he was going through a divorce, and he was telling his attorney, once this divorce is finished, I've got an idea. And my idea is there was an airline in California that was doing the exact same thing that Southwest Airlines, and it was just they were going back and forth from Southern California to Northern California, and so he said he wanted to do that in Texas. He was down in Houston. He wanted to just fly in Texas, and he was going to call it Southwest Airlines because it's a Southwest, and it was from, I think they said, from the minute he talked about it until the first plane left Houston and went to Dallas, it was like 15 years, something like that,
Wow.
10, 15 years,
Yeah.
because it just takes time to do big things. But it wasn't like that whole time he wasn't working on it. He was working on it the whole time, the whole time, the whole time, the whole time, the whole time. People don't realize all the work that goes into it. But, you know, when you, first of all, and I know Christy is feeling the same way, man, how much courage it is for you to just share that so openly, because there are people out there right now that are going through similar things and they don't talk about it. And you got to talk about it, because that's the only way we can help one another.
Right.
And then the second thing I was going to say is, when you were talking about how you were lucky to meet these people, I think it was mutually beneficial. I think they're lucky to meet you.
Well, I appreciate that. And, you know, I mean, it's people, some of my old friends will see me with people like Steve or Henry, and they're like, can I say hell?
Yeah.
They'd be like, how the hell do you know? They'd be like, how the hell you know those guys? And it's kind of like, I don't know. I just met them.
Right,
you know?
right, exactly.
You know, but we meet and we have these great relationships, and you know, they've been really good people and really good mentors to me.
That's awesome.
You know, we don't meet up a lot, but when we do, you know, I'm able to take away some really, you know, good nuggets, you know, from those conversations, you know.
Well, you're very open to that, you know, which I think is another thing that's so important. And Christy is as well. And I try to do that. My best is if people are at a different level, it doesn't mean they're better than you are. It just means that they're at a different level. They're further along in their journey in some different area. And so listen, get nuggets from them, copy what they're doing, you know, get connected. And then I not only just listen, do what they say. Just do what they say to do. I mean, it's pretty simple.
That's the biggest part, is just do what they say.
Exactly.
You know, it doesn't matter if you whether you understand it or not.
Right.
You know,
you're not going to understand
right,
it probably.
because you're not there.
You're not there.
That's
That's
why I'm doing this
right.
podcast, because
I
I
know.
just did what a couple people said. Her
Right,
and
I know.
Linda Septian.
Right.
So.
I know. I said,
I mean, and there's so many people that you're going to inspire. You already are doing that, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and I mean, looking back on things, you know, the whole Napoleon Hill thing, and, you know, Thinking and Growing Rich and stuff like that. As I look back on it, it's kind of like until you really let go of your past, you're kind of still a slave to it. You know, and you have to,
100%.
your mindset hasn't actually changed until you
Right.
completely let it go.
that's right.
Right.
Because you're still thinking about it.
Right. You're still thinking about it, and you're still feeling like, should I, or, you know, maybe I'm going to,
Or could I,
or whatever,
Right.
you know, and until you can start talking, like you said, talking about it, and what do you call it, purging the pain and
Right.
stuff like
Exactly.
that.
You got to purge the pain.
Yeah, until you get it out there and get it off of you, you know, you're kind of stuck with it.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well, you know, this is going to be my lesson today on my Big Bold You show. So the book of the month for Big Bold You is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which is one of the things that we're doing with our Stay on Track program and with our mastermind. But what I'm going to talk about, the lesson, is how your subconscious brain, it's the thoughts that you have emotions combined with is what your subconscious brain will bring about. Well, our brain is wired for negativity. So most people's thoughts that are closely related to emotion are negative emotions. So it's like you said, oh, you're beating yourself up. Why did I do this? That was so dumb. So you're thinking about thoughts and the emotions. It's when our subconscious brain connects the emotion to a thought, and that's what it just continues to do. And that's why it's so important to forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Purge the pain, get it out, so you can focus on good things and then attach emotions to the good things. Where that's one of the reasons why they say your why should make you cry, because it's not that it should be so corny that it makes you cry. It should be so emotional, and your brain connects that with, oh man, this is what they really want me to work on. I mean, that's all it is. That's why it's so important. You have to get it out. Get it out of that head of yours. Get out of the
That's
headspace. Get it out of the headspace.
Yeah, that's the biggest part to me is being able to, because I held it in so long because I was, ashamed or embarrassed, or, I felt like if I do tell someone, they're going to treat me different, which most of the time they did. And, instead of, holding it, I should have kept talking about it until I was okay with it.
Right, exactly.
And the only reason I feel like they probably treated me different is because they knew that I was looking at myself.
That's
in a
what I
different
was just
way.
thinking.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it's, I mean, seriously, if Christy and I told you everything we did, now come on.
I mean, because true self-confidence is not really about what you look like or what you
No.
think you look like. It's
No.
a bigger, huger thing, because we all know people can look amazing and they don't have the self-confidence. So it has
Right.
nothing to do with that. It has to do with much deeper level. So once you're okay, then they're going to not think twice because you are
Exactly.
who you are and they like that person.
Right.
So
100%.
Yeah, I've definitely, figured that part out. It's been recently. I wish I would have figured it out longer time ago, but, it doesn't matter.
No,
You
it
figure it
doesn't
out when
matter.
you figure it
Exactly.
out, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, because most people don't ever figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like the statistics, 95% of people are not even trying to do anything more than just exist and live in life. 5% of the people are trying to do something with their lives, and out of that 5%, 2.5% succeed, and the other 2.5% don't. So it is the 2.5% that figure all this stuff out. That's why. It's amazing. But we got to talk about his beard products, I'm telling you. Because there's a whole underlying
yes.
group of beardies.
Yes,
Is that what y'all
it's
call
an
it?
underground. No,
well, I call it a
Beards.
beardsman.
Okay,
Beardsman.
Right,
Beardsman. Yeah.
And so, I tell people, a lot of guys with the beard thing, it's more about education, just because a lot of guys just feel, it's like more of a masculine thing. I'm just going to grow my beard. It gets all wild and crazy. And,
I know some wild and crazy ones.
yeah.
I've seen them.
yeah. And so from there, I kind of just talk to him. It's like anything else, if you don't take care of it, it's probably not going to grow very well.
Right.
And so we have we have 4 products right now. We have our beard balm, beard oil, beard wash, and a daily kind of moisturizing spray that I kind of keep in the car just like before coming in here,
Right. Yeah.
just kind of like that. But these products all kind of go together, and like the most important thing is keeping your beard clean. Just like anything else, you want to keep it clean. Just like
Right.
you keep your hair in your hair. You wash your hair. You want to wash your beard as well. And so my kind of
Please.
daily process, and so for the bigger beard, stuff does get all in it, and
Right,
some
right.
beards stink.
Yes,
you know,
I can imagine.
all kinds of stuff. But the oils are more to keep the under skin and things like that moisturized, just
Right.
so you
Skin.
don't have the ingrown
Ingrown
hairs
hairs.
and stuff
Oh,
like that.
that's a big one.
Yeah, the balm is more
That's
of a
for
conditioner.
that one on the left, right?
Yeah, that's the oil.
So,
this one here.
I mean, to me, you got to wash it. So you'd wash it, and then after you wash it is when you put the balm in, right?
Yeah, well, so for me, I put the oil in and then
Okay.
the balm.
Okay,
And I don't think
okay.
it really matters.
Because the
That's
oil
just
is
my
good for your
process.
skin, and the balm keeps the crazies calmed down, right?
Yeah. So the oils I like to put on while my pores are kind of still open, while my skin's a little warm, not wet, but
Right.
damp
Right.
and warm after I get out the shower.
That's a good one.
I'll put the the oil on, and then I'll put the balm on. And that's more of a conditioner.
Okay, I just had a great idea, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, I think every person that's watching right now that either has a beard or knows somebody that has a beard or husband has a beard or dates somebody with a beard, I think they need to say something on the comment, share it, and then I think we should do a drawing, and the person that wins should get some products.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm always open for a contest.
Yes,
or,
we need a
some kind of,
contest. We need a
something like that,
contest
yeah.
because we know some people whose spouse has a beard, and I know
you
that
and
they would
Christy
love
know
this.
everybody.
Oh, I know. Between the two of us, between the two of us, you know what I mean? I think that would be fun.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, seriously, because
And then this is a rehydrating, after you got the balm, I bet it reactivates that balm, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It does.
Because
you
I do
know.
hair, y'all.
Yeah.
I do hair. It just makes sense to
You
me.
see those curls? Of course you do hair.
Of
Yes,
course,
thank you.
of
And
course.
these curls, those
And those curls,
She did
yeah.
these curls.
I didn't curl Aaron's
No,
hair.
she didn't curl mine. No, I just kind of do it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that all makes complete sense to me. So I can totally help people too if they want to know, well, what do I do with this?
Well, and
Yeah.
here's the other thing too is we didn't realize until we started talking with Aaron that there's a whole like subset of the culture, the community, the population that has beards. That I mean, there are Facebook groups, there are YouTube channels, there are I mean, it's a really, really big deal. And I want to know this: has it always been this big, or I feel like it's a bigger deal now than it has been in the past?
I think beards have always, of course, they've always been a thing.
Right.
But I think definitely with social media, guys
think
have kind of
that's what
came
it is?
together. And yeah, I think the culture of beards comes from social media.
Okay.
And being able to connect, with
Right.
something similar. Like, oh, look at his beard. Look at my beard. When I went to
He's got a beard. He's got a
Right.
beard. He's got a beard. He's got a beard.
I
not
used
the
to
only
go up
one.
to New England. A buddy of mine played for the Patriots for a few years.
Go Patriots!
Yeah,
How about
go.
that game?
I'm a
and-
big Tom Brady. People are gonna hate me for this, but I'm a big Tom Brady fan.
I'm a big Tom
you
Brady
know.
fan. I love his
I
story.
am now after yesterday.
Yeah, but if anybody knows his story, you can't. It's very difficult, I would think, to not be a Tom Brady fan. I mean, he wasn't expected to do what he's done, and it's been 100% his mind.
Oh, yeah.
His mind.
Well, that's where I learned about him because I don't watch a lot of football. I'm watching more now, but Tom Brady was he wasn't at. It was our Beauty Brains and Business
I
event.
really
we
talked.
played about a video.
Yeah,
and-
so but
Yeah.
it just really kind of told his story because he didn't start playing football until he was in high school or college. I can't remember which now. And then he didn't have a lot of talent, but he had the right mindset that he was going to do it. 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 And then he was like 7th or 8th round pick during the draft. And when they picked him, he said, "I'll be the best draft ever."
Yeah.
And they didn't even know who he was, and it's kind of like, who is this guy? Who's this kid? But it's because he put in his mind, and so that's you can be the most talented person ever, but if you don't have the right mindset, it's not going to serve you well. So that's what I love about Tom Brady, and that was a
Yeah.
great game. So anyway, so keep going back to about the social media.
But no, I was saying I went up. I used to go up there a lot
New
just
England,
because
right.
my buddy played. He was actually on the 17-0 team. He was at the starting corner. Ellis Hobbs, shout out Ellis. But we used to go up there, and I would see these guys. They have like these crazy beards and mustaches up there in New England. I mean, stuff you've never seen. I mean, these things they circle like
Are you
3-4 times.
Oh my gosh!
And that was my first time really kind of seeing the beard culture,
Right.
Because they're like in these packs of motorcycles and
Right.
things like that, and so they have like the turtle helmet on with like these big mustaches and big beards and stuff, and so man, those are like these crazy beards. I didn't really get into the beard culture at that point,
Right.
but it opened my mind up to how big it is, and I got into the beard business because from my former life. I was thinking to myself, I need a product and I need something legal, something that I can sell
Right. It's like,
online.
I know I can do product sales.
Right, I know I can do product sales.
I'm good at sales.
I'm
but
good
let
at
me see.
distribution.
Yeah.
But I wanted something legal and I wanted something I could sell online. I just felt like people are making so much money online. I got to sell something online.
Right, for sure.
And I thought about it for about 4 months. And I was getting a haircut one day. My barber was aging my beard up, and he was just kind of talking. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to try this, these new beard products on you." And I'm thinking to myself, like, "Oh, that's it.
That's
beard
it.
products. I'm going to
Exactly.
make some beard products." And
That's so smart.
and that's kind of where it all started.
I love it.
That was in November, and so
I know.
we're about 3 months in.
Well,
now,
I
and
think
I'm
it's amazing.
Excited about it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think it's amazing. So, if there's anybody out there, obviously, that needs beard products for themselves or for somebody that they love,
My client does.
what's the website?
The website is thebeardedprince.com.
Okay, Okay. Thebeardedprince.com. Look
There we
at
go.
that. That's
Check
so
me out.
handsome.
Check
That's
me
just
out. There we go.
that's a
Short
good,
beards, medium beards, long beards.
That's a good looking.
Let us take care of your beard.
That's
Yeah.
a good looking website you got there.
It
we try to
is. I
take care of
thought the
beard.
same thing yesterday.
Long live the beard.
I
you
love
know?
it.
Yeah.
Long live the beard. That is awesome. I love that. So then the other thing I
just had
think
an
too
idea.
is if there's any beauticians out there, any barbers, any hair people that you need specialized kind of really VIP type of products, I know you're looking for that as well, aren't you?
Yeah, and so any barbers that are out there, just reach out to me on Facebook or through the website, or email me at sales@thebeardedprince.com, and I'll bring you some testers to use on your clients. And if they want it, or after people kind of start asking more about it, I can bring you more to stock in your space, or you can send them to the website. We can talk about that part, after we
love
get
that.
into your shop.
We need to go to Whiskey Cake. All those guys have beards.
Oh,
every
of them.
single
All
one.
of them. I think you have to have a beard to get.
Dude, I don't think you can be a waiter there unless you're a girl without a beard. Hopefully the girls don't have
exactly.
beards. I haven't seen any females with beards there. That's good.
That's a good thing. That's
Yeah.
definitely a good thing.
I do think there are females with beards.
Oh,
though.
stop. No, not at Whiskey Cake.
Not at Whiskey Cake. I haven't seen
Anyway.
any at Whiskey Cake.
And that's right by my salon.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's a
Okay.
great
Yeah.
idea. I think it's an amazing product. Obviously, Aaron, you're amazing. And I think it's really awesome and neat for us to be a part of your journey here at the
Oh,
very beginning
absolutely.
because
I know.
we're going to see it. And I keep telling Aaron, I said, Aaron, you got to write all this stuff down, your journey from the very beginning on, because I think it could help so many other people.
Yeah, I mean, like the topic about, not letting your past define you. I definitely think that, like I said, you got to let go of whatever, is stopping you from, making that next step, whether it's, your old relationship, whether it's, you have a felony record, or whether whatever it is, it doesn't really matter.
No.
But you got to let it go.
Right.
And dive into whatever that next stage of your life is, and you'll be really really glad that you did. You thank yourself so much for just trying,
And I think it's awesome how you decided to go a path you need these products. I mean, I just think it's a no-brainer when it's something that you would be spending money yourself doing. It's kind of like what you said, beard products.
Well, you got the inspiration. I'm sorry.
And you jumped on it.
And you jumped right on it. Because
Right,
he says
that's
in the book,
exactly.
I love this book.
I know.
And he says you
I've
got to act
got
on it
it.
immediately if you want to be successful.
Yeah, you do.
And that was inspiration. And you went, boom.
It's kind of like Facebook, right? They say if when people start liking it immediately, they show it to more people. It's kind of the same thing as you jump on your whatever it is immediately. People are naturally going to come to you. They're going to at least want to know more about it, So definitely, there's a book right there.
Yeah,
Think
here
and Grow
it is.
Rich. Yeah, so.
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It's amazing. You gotta read it. It will
think
change your life.
So far, that book has impacted me.
You got to apply it, though. You have to apply the principles.
Yeah, you
have
can't
to apply it.
Just reading it doesn't
almost
help.
fell off the chair
Uh-oh.
over here. I'm sorry about that. I was like, yeah, no,
like, what are you
exactly.
doing over there?
You have to apply the principles for sure. And here's the thing too is, and we know sometimes you'll read a book and you're not ready to apply the principles. You're just ready to read it and to have those thoughts and ideas
Introduced
into your brain, and then you keep developing yourself, and then it comes to another point. That's why you have to reread books, because I
Right.
promise you, we can reread this next January, and we'll even it'll absorb
Well, I'm
more
on
into
the
us.
second round, and I realized something. You just can't get it all at one time.
There's no way. No,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah, I
love
listened
it.
to the
Audio?
Audible version, the 1937 original version.
Ooh, I love
There
that.
you go.
And it was
And he was
definitely-
talking to you with his accent.
He had a bit of an accent.
He did.
He did
I
have a
love
bit of an
that.
accent.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was listening to a regular person, not the old world accent person, say mine, but it's still the way they speak and the way that it's written
Right.
made me come up with that one night.
I know the old world. I know
It was
exactly
fun.
where
It's
we
just-
live.
I just feel inspired. You know?
Right. We're channeling them.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
channeling
yeah, definitely.
Napoleon.
I know. What I told Christy is, I said, Who was Napoleon Hill's sidekick? Because we can become the new Napoleon Hill because there's not a female Napoleon Hill.
No.
And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to find out.
Thomas Edison.
Did he have a sidekick? Did Napoleon Hill?
he
That's another
interviewed-
question. Maybe Ziggy can find out. Did Napoleon Hill have a sidekick?
We'll ask Siri later, but not right now.
Oh yeah,
We'll ask
but
her.
my Siri doesn't work.
Me either, but I think that's my fault.
I have no doubt it's my fault, but I don't want Siri telling me what to do all the time.
I
So
know.
I don't try to.
Maybe if she had an old world accent, I would be able to
But
receive.
but listen, in all honesty, I do think we should be able to pick our Siri how she talks.
I think you can.
Oh,
Yeah. I think you can. Yeah. there
Not
you go.
technical. Me and this one, not so technical.
I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
I'm like
I love
98%
it.
sure you can
I
you
think
can
she
change
can
the
be a
voice.
female or a
she can be
male.
a female
She
from
can
the
have
UK.
an English
She
accent.
can be from the UK.
Jens is going to have an English accented Siri soon.
I don't know. I'm going to look into it for sure. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
That's
if
a
that's how she
cracking
sounds,
idea.
but she's definitely from the UK.
I love it. I love
Okay,
it.
are we going to hear you sing tonight?
I am
today?
gonna sing.
You
and
gotta sing.
I'm gonna. We were rocking out to it earlier when I did a little sound check.
sound check.
I
Sound
saw
check.
Aaron.
What are you
he's
gonna sing?
grooving. The same one I sang
Okay.
earlier. So You're No Good by Linda Ronstadt. Because
Oh.
I've been going to this Live 80, just a plug for John Viola. He has 4 bands. One's Live 80. And I've been going and singing his karaoke Live 80s. He does it a couple times a week at
That's
Lava
awesome.
Cantina. And the other one is at Reservoir in Frisco, which is so much more fun with a band. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, one other thing I would like to say for anyone who needs a home, I do real estate. So you can email me or find me on Facebook. Email me at aaron.jackson@exprealty.com. Or find me on Facebook, Aaron Jackson Realtor, or my personal page, Aaron Jackson. But yeah, I love helping people find homes, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or lease. We have some good lease to own programs. Feel free to reach out.
And
Cool.
and you're gonna have to put all of your information in the comment box on top of this video, just so
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know,
On my
so
Facebook.
people know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
For
we
sure.
make sure we get the right info out to people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you gonna
well,
sing?
thanks for being
Yeah.
on. Beyond.
I'm excited to
Hey,
hear you
beyond.
sing.
Yeah,
We
whatever.
talked about maybe next time we're gonna do a duet, maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's wanting to do it.
I-
We may
I
find a
love it.
song in Salt Lake.
I love it.
Yeah, we're all going skiing.
I know.
So
We're gonna be
that's gonna be
skiing in a couple
awesome.
weeks. I
Yeah.
know. It'll be here.
know.
It's next week.
I can't wait.
It's next week.
Is it next week?
Yes, it's next week.
No, it's not next week.
Is it next?
I think it's 2 weeks.
No, I promise
Maybe
you.
a week and a half.
No, a week. Listen, it's the 21st.
Y'all are
Y'all, let's
funny.
look this right
10
now.
days.
The 31st.
The 31st. It's
Oh,
10
that's
days.
next week. Yeah, it is next week. Yeah. So
10 days.
I'm going to come back and be like, boom, boom, boom. Anyway, okay, so here's Linda Ronstadt.
Enough about us. Let's entertain you.
Yeah, Linda
Yeah.
Ronstadt, You're No Good. Feeling better now that we're through. Feeling better 'cause I'm over you. I learned my lesson, you left a scar. Now I see how you really are. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I'm gonna say it again. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I broke a heart that was gentle and true. Well, I broke a heart over someone like you. I begged his forgiveness on bended knee. I wouldn't blame him if he said to me, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I'm gonna say it again. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I'm telling you now, baby, that I'm going my way. Forget about your baby, 'cause I'm leaving today. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I'm gonna say it again. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. Oh, oh, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. And that's it.
Well, oh, that's awesome. I was about to say, I know. I was thinking about some people that are no good for a second. I'm like,
I know a few people that are no
And
good
also,
myself.
get rid of those people. That's why I sang the song. Get rid of those people that are no good and surround yourself with great people, and you will have even a greater life experience. So
That's great
all
advice.
Yeah.
that is great advice. I
Someone
love
or
it.
a couple people told me that. But anyway, it really is true. And love it that you tuned into the show today. It was a blast as always. Awesome having you on the show, Aaron.
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
Jen's as well.
Thank you.
And we will be back Monday at 2:00.